Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Carl. If you haven't been here before, this is Discovering the Discovery, and we're going to go through and do some maintenance on my 2008 Fleetwood Discovery 40X diesel pusher. And today we're going to attempt to do an oil change. First one I've ever done on it, obviously. But I don't know if, I'm assuming one's been done before, but the coach didn't come with any maintenance records, so I'm not really sure. I know a lot of people frown on that, but that's just the way it was. So let's get into it. All right, here we are at the back of the coach. This is the engine oil fill cap right here. And I'm going to go ahead and take this off just so that the draining will be a lot easier. And this is, like I said, I'm not really sure when maintenance was done last. I don't have any records on this coach, but we'll just go with it and see what happens. And we'll get underneath the coach here in a second. So I just want to show you guys, I did use the leveling jacks to get the coach level because I have the slides out, but I also have these 22-ton jack stands. So I used my 30-ton jack to kind of get it up a little bit higher and then slid those underneath there just for a little bit of protection. I do have the rear wheel chocked over here. The front wheel is actually you can kind of see it through there. It's in a little valley that comes into my driveway, so it won't roll backwards, and I'm going to slide that other chock around to the front just to make sure it won't roll forwards. But the way the driveway is sitting, there's really no way that could happen. Underneath, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can't use the jacks to support it or whatever while you're working on it. Well, I kind of really don't have a choice. So underneath here, you can see the jacks are down right there. These are electric jacks, so I won't really have to ever worry about a hydraulic failure. But for the airbags, when there's usually a spot where you can put a block or something like that in between the frame to if the airbags fail. But at this point, I can't see any way to do that. So I'm going to have to kind of do a little bit of research and figure that out. It might be something on the other side of the tires that I just can't see. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and go with it. I don't think my camera tripod is going to fit underneath here, but there's the oil pan. Now this coach there was an option on here for a deep oil pan, but I don't know what that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the oil out of here, and then we're going to see how much we have, because I have some gallon jugs that we can kind of figure out how many quarts of oil are in this thing, and then we'll go ahead and fill it back up. So let's go ahead and get this oil draining, and we'll see what we come up with. All right, I was able to get you guys under here. Hopefully you can see okay. It is a little bit breezy out today, so I got to be careful. I don't want all this oil blowing all over the place. This is a 20-quart pan, and it looks like, I can't really tell, is that an 11/16? Looks like an 11/16 socket to pop this oil drain plug off of here. So let's see if we can bust it loose. Unless they got it on there crazy tight. Jeez Louise. That thing was on there good. Man, some Hercules torqued that thing on there. All right, we're gonna get some of this oil draining out of here. I'm gonna try not to make a mess because the wind is blowing right in my face. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can just get a little bit of it draining out at a time here. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So I did just drive the coach from the storage facility over to the house, so the engine oil is warm and able to be drained out. I'm going to let it drain a little slow like this. I'm not going to make you guys watch this horrible slow process. I'll either speed it up or just edit it out, but I want to get some of this going before I just let it start pouring down in there. So hopefully the wind won't blow it all over the place, as you can see it's already doing. All right, I guess we're just gonna have to let it run and see what happens. All right, with what already came out, I was able to transfer that to about 3 gallons of oil so far. So if this is the deep pan that is the option on here, then this should go ahead and take the rest of this, because I think the deep pan total was right around 20 quarts, maybe a little bit more. So we've already taken out 12. So let's see what else drains out of here. Looks like it's starting to slow down a little bit. Oh yeah. So I'm guessing it's probably not the deep pan. That's probably about another gallon of oil that just came out of there. So I think it said that without the deep pan on there, the total capacity was right around 17 or 18 quarts. So I think that's probably where we're going to be sitting at with this. So I'm going to go ahead and let that drain down. And then we're going to put in the, instead of replacing that drain plug, we're going to put in the easy oil drain plug. So next time all we got to do is just open up a little valve and it'll just pour out the valve hole. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. This is that easy drain plug I was talking about. It's got a little spring handle on here that will open up the little valve at the bottom right there. And it just threads in where the old one came out. You have to go on their website and you can ask questions or whatever. But if you tell them what kind of motor you have and what kind of coach you have, they have a pretty good idea of what you need. The one that they sent me was model number EZ104, and they said that that was for this specific oil pan. So let's just see if they were right. Yeah, looks like it's threading right in. So the directions say to thread it in hand tight, and then with a crescent wrench, just give it about 1/8 of an inch more of a turn. And what do I do with my wrench? There it is. So I'm gonna just kind of move this out of the way here. So about another 1/8 of a turn to tighten it the rest of the way. Says don't over tighten it. So that's probably okay. Now the next time, all I got to do is pull this little lever down and the oil will come right out here, straight down. There's also an attachment that you can buy for these. It just threads in here. It comes out and it'll attach to a hose. So you could theoretically just run the hose into like a gallon jug and then close it up when you're done, seal off that gallon, put another empty gallon jug underneath here. So I don't know if I'm going to go through all that trouble next time, but at least it'll be a lot easier. Sure, heck of a lot easier than putting that plug back in. That was super tight in there. So once we get all the oil, put the oil back in here, we'll come down and check for leaks. I'll just leave this under here for now. And let's go put some oil in this thing. Well, actually, you know what? No, we can't. We got to get the oil filter pulled out. Now, I'm not really exactly sure where that is. I'm guessing it's probably on that side of the motor. So we'll have to rearrange and look underneath there and see if we can find it. And according to the manual, that filter holds about 1/4 of oil. So let's go check it out. All right, I was right. The oil filter is here on this side of the engine, on the driver's side. So I am going to get my wrench. I think I might just poke a hole in the bottom of that with a punch first and let it drain, and then get my wrench on there. That might be the easiest way rather than fight it when it's full. So I'm not really sure yet, and I don't think I'm going to be able to film this because my camera will not fit underneath here on that tripod. So we will just kind of have to come back and I'll show you what I did after I get some of the a little bit further on with this. So I'll be right back. All right, we got the old oil filter out, and it's a Fleetwood LF 3970 is what was in there. And here is the new one here. I went to here in town, well, not really in town, closer down by Norfolk area, there is a Excel heavy truck shop. They do repairs, they actually do sales, and they sell parts and stuff like that. So that's where I got all my parts from. And yeah, they're really good. You just give them your VIN number and they're able to look stuff up pretty easy, and they know all the filters and everything that you need. So for this filter here, we got to get this plastic off of here, and then you can see there's some directions on the side of there. So it shows you step one, they want you to pre-fill this with oil. And then step two, they want you to lubricate the O-ring, the rubber O-ring that's on the top. And then for step three, they want you to hand tighten it. And then for step four, go ahead and tighten it another 3/4 of a turn. So let's get this ready to be filled up with some oil, and we'll get back underneath there and get it reinstalled. So for this engine, according to the maintenance manual that came with the coach, they recommend 15W40 engine oil. So that's what we're going to put back in it. And this is a 2.5 gallon jug, so a little awkward to finagle around. So I went ahead and transferred some into a measuring cup. I'm going to get that transferred over to that oil filter right now. Okay, so from what I've seen online, most people put the oil around the outside edge here instead of just dumping it down in there to prevent contaminants so it gets through the filter. I'm not so sure if that's true or not, but I mean, it can't hurt. So we're gonna take our time and slowly add some oil in here around the outside edge. Try to keep it in the filter. Okay, got it filled up. A little bit went in there, but I think that'll probably be okay. So now we're going to go ahead and take some of this oil, like it says to do, and lubricate this gasket, this little O-ring on here. And then I'm going to go get underneath the coach and get this threaded on. Can't really show you guys that because my camera doesn't fit underneath there, so I'll be back. All right, sorry I couldn't show you that, but I was able to get this threaded on there. It went on really nice and easy by hand. It was a little slippery. Some of the oil had gotten on the outside, so I wiped that off with a cloth and got it tightened down with my strap wrench. And then I went ahead and put today's date on there, which I believe it's the 11th, close enough. So that way I know when the next time when I change it out, I'll know exactly how long it's been since it's been changed out. So, and as you notice, the other filter that came out of there did not have any dates written on it. So I have no idea when this oil was changed. I'm judging from the color of it, maybe never. So this engine has about 50,000 miles on it, and we'll just have to keep changing the oil and see how she does. All right, so the way this fill spout is on here, you really can't get a funnel in there. I guess I'm gonna have to see if I can find one of those ones that has, like, it's already attached and then it just swivels down. Right now what I did was I had some of this tubing and I just went ahead and secured it to this funnel, but this right here just keeps falling off. So I'm gonna have to just go really slow and use my measuring cup to dump the oil in there, and then just take my time, and then we'll just have to come back in a while. I know this is going to take a while to do, but I'm not going to make you guys look at all this. So I just wanted to kind of show you how I had it set up, and now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get some oil in this engine. Apparently I got to put about 4 gallons back in here. 4 gallons and a little bit is what came out of it, including what came out of the oil filter. So I guess I have the smaller oil pan on this thing. All right, I got the coach back over in the storage lot, and let me tell you something. That oil change, to put that oil back in that spot over there was ridiculous. It was ridiculously hard, and it took an extremely long time to get that filled back up to almost 4 gallons of oil. Got it done, got it cleaned up, everything's good on the dipstick, but I am going to have to come up with a better plan than doing that. Now, supposedly there's an access plate or a cover underneath the rear bed. I went and looked, I didn't really see anything that seemed to be easily accessed. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that, but I am not going to do that again. It was just messy. The hose kept popping off the funnel. Yeah, it was just ridiculous. So I'm going to have to find another way to transfer oil from a jug into that fill tube right there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you would, please. It really helps me out. And as usual, leave comments down below. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.